Ernie, Zarra. He's an accomplished author, does a lot of conferences, public speaking in regards to education, K-12, higher education, a variety of topics. He's written 3 or 4 books, one of them the entitled Generation Z. Again, I put in everybody's mailbox, so you do have a copy of that. He's written a book regarding establishing boundaries with students and going to the various areas of boundaries, emotional, sexual, and so forth. He's got 4 graduate degrees, including his PhD. He's been an adjunct instructor at CSUB for 13 some odd years. Point Omanazari as well. The man gets around. He's got 4 graduate degrees. He's got way too much time on his hands, evidently. He likes school. I don't know. I couldn't wait to get out, and this man won't leave. I don't get it. All right, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Ernie Zarra.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be with you all this morning. I'm sure you're all excited about coming back to school and sitting through another, who knows how many minutes, right, of another speaker. But we're going to make sure some sights and sounds appeal to hopefully this morning. A little bit about me that Bill did not share, and that is my life story in about a minute. Born and raised in New Jersey, 2 parents. My mom was pregnant with me before they married. They married. Had a really difficult upbringing. Life was tough, sort of impoverished with 2 non-high school grads, married young. And so, as I went through school, things didn't make sense to me. The other students began picking on me. And you know the whole rigmarole there, okay? Because of the lower SES issue. And as a result of that, junior high school became a fighter. I'm not the biggest man in the world, but I had to fight to survive in a lot of ways. Got to high school, got out of high school, as a functional illiterate, the first high school grad in my family. I understand where a lot of your students are coming from. I get it. This is why I tell my current students, no excuses. When you come to me with an excuse, or a really good, in your mind, reason that you don't want to succeed today, let's talk about my story. Because my mother wound up saying one day, I don't know where you came from. Maybe we should do a DNA test on you. And so I was out to prove that my beginning would not define my ending. And so, as a message to you this morning, I want to take a look at what we do, who we do it with, and how we do it in education today. So today, maybe you're feeling like that with next week on the horizon. Here they come. E-I-E-I-O, crap. I'm not sure if you look at the beginning of each year as veterans with great vigor, maybe more like vinegar, but the newbies have a little different approach, I think, to it. And Cindy, if you don't mind starting that little video, let me show you what some of your students might be thinking to pull on you. Click on the bottom there, Cindy, if you don't mind, where it says YouTube. Yeah, right there, perfect. Good. Why don't you enlarge that? For those of you that get them
hello? Yes?
Okay, you might want to
okay, thank you. Thank you. I'll call back later. Thank you.
Hey, I will apologize.
That's okay.
I'm very sorry.
I've I've been accepting this, and
Okay.
I already know what I'm going to name the baby. The first name will be April, and the middle name will be Fools.
I will treasure. You can't understand the internal relief.
Professor.
That was
Professor. Hey, Professor. Say hi to the camera, too.
that is
Ever been pranked by one of your students before? Maybe they're going to have some ideas this year, who knows? Has technology invaded your classroom? Have you become a viral sensation late? What do you do when that kind of moment happens in the classroom? Is it teachable? Is it offensive? How are you going to handle this next generation of young people coming up that have a little different look on life and technology than maybe we do? Something to consider as we move forward here. So let's take a fresh look at the what, who, and how. The ranges of professors in the room probably are in 3 different categories. Newbies, mid-career folks, and yep, I'm still here looking at my retirement numbers. Make sure that the years are still in my favor. So here's the way I think it looks. The newbies are probably much more like, yeah, I got a job, I'm teaching college, look at me. They're excited, yeah. And the mid-career folks going, I have a lot to do, so I'm just going to grade these papers and get these out of the way. So none of us have ever done that before, just put a little letter on it with no comments and just turned it back to the students, have we? And then we got the other folks here who are, yeah. Been there before? Bueller. 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 So wherever you're at in the education pilgrimage, it's quite important that you have to understand we're all in the same boat. Because sometimes, here's where we're at with our frustrations. And we tell our students, look, forget it. We're done. Stop talking. Stop emailing me. Stop texting. Stop begging. We're done. But are we really? Do we really understand this generation of people we work with today? They're wired a little bit differently, at least through traditional college kids coming from high school today. So let's ask about what we do, how we do it, and with whom we do it. Not that order necessarily, but Bill told me that you guys are very excited about all of this today, so I figured I would put that up there. Yeah, I can stare at that all day because I just came out of my faculty meetings the last few days, and it's about the same. Sit and listen some more, and sit some more, and then sort of roll the eyes and maybe play on the phone a little bit and set occupy our time. But today, as we consider this what business, let's take a look at the reasons you're still in this business. Why are you still here? Why are you still doing what you do? Why are the newbies taking on the roles of professor? Why do you do this? Consider that this morning. Something to reflect on. We'll revisit that again a little bit later. But why? And not only why you do it, the reasons, what is your philosophy of education that you apply to your job? Have you ever thought about the lover of wisdom, philosophia? What is it you apply to your job? The bumper stickers, the points, the bullet points that you arrive on campus with every day to apply to your position as faculty. Thirdly, how much do you really know about your students and their stories? That's an important thing, because to know the learner means better communication with that learner. The audience at which you work with will receive your information and content much more if there is a relationship and understanding of the learner, not just the content.